He's Brooklyn-born, but we claim him as one of our own. He's an award-winning singer-songwriter, producer. His music, his work has appeared on over 35 million records and counting. We're continuing with our Canadian Music Icon series, and it's a great thrill to welcome Marc Jordan to the show. Marc, welcome to our city tonight.
Thank you for having me.
You're quite welcome. Good to have you, Marc. Hey, lots to talk about. I've been a fan, as I said to you, for a long time. I always like to go back to the beginning. You've been making great music since the mid-'70s. Do you remember the moment? Can you talk a bit about what it was that attracted you? Who did you see? What did you hear that made you say, I really think I want to do that?
Well, you know, my dad was a singer, and he sang with big bands and orchestras in New York. And he was born in Montreal, but he moved and worked in New York, which is why I was born in Brooklyn. And so it was in our family. And then he was offered a show in Toronto in the late, maybe 1950, something like that. One of the first television shows. So he came back to Toronto. And I grew up here, but there was music everywhere in our house. And my mother also was a great singer, but she didn't do it professionally. But my dad was always on it.
Hey, Marc, was there as a teenager you're being influenced? I'm assuming, I shouldn't assume, but the Beatles, everyone seems to be on the list. But yeah. Who were you looking at in the '60s, let's say, early '70s, that really drew you into being a singer and a songwriter?
Well, unlike most kids of my age in the '60s, I listened to a lot of. I was listening to a lot of Billie Holiday and Nina Simone and stuff like that. But when I heard the Freewheelin' Bob Dylan record, that really changed my life. I thought, man, that's exactly what I want to do, and I just gravitated towards that style of music, and I already did play the guitar. So, when I heard Dylan, I thought, this is my life.
Cut to the mid-'70s, signed by Warner Brothers, and my first exposure to you is that massive hit, Marina del Rey, which we were playing kind of a jazzy version at the beginning of the segment. A whole bunch of hits that followed. You come into the '80s. Can you talk a bit about sounds, different trends and everything, and the challenges as you go forward and sticking to, say, what you want, but also adapting, because everybody did it, where you're adapting to different sounds and different trends?
There's a Celtic influence in Canada, in the music in Canada, that is not in America. America has more sort of black roots, and we didn't have that here. So my sound changed when I went to LA, like stuff that would have been a lot maybe folkier. I don't like using that word, but anyway, became a little more R&B, connected to R&B, basically.
Hey, let's talk about your latest album. You've got a new one coming out in just this year. We'll talk about that in a few seconds. But your latest album, Both Sides, an orchestral album of songs you didn't write. I love this. Can you talk briefly about this latest album?
I wrote 2 songs on it. I wrote a song for my wife and a song for my daughter. But they're just songs, as you go through life, there are songs you just love. And as a singer, I thought, I'd love to just sing those songs on a record. And so we have a little bit of a different take on a few of them, and I just picked songs that I've loved over the years, and I thought if I love them, somebody else has got to love them as well. So we recorded them with the Prague Symphony Orchestra, which is like a different style for most of the songs, but I did it with a great arranger in Toronto named Lou Pamonti, and we had a great time doing it.
Hey, you mentioned your wife. We should shoot her some love. The very talented singer-songwriter Amy Skye. You guys both have an album, hopefully coming out this spring. Yes.
Yes, we were working on it till early this morning. It's a duet record and also a lot of covers and a couple of originals, but just songs that both of us have loved. And I've never done a duet record. I've done duets with Amy, but I've never done a whole CD of her. So with her, so it was really great.
It's great when you can work harmoniously with your wife on an album. That's great. Hey, Marc, it's been a great thrill having you on the show. As I said, I've been a fan for a lot of years. I'm going to hold up the CD with the Virgin Megastore logo on it here. This is your greatest hits, which is still out there. A lot of your songs are some of my favorites. We'll have all Marc's details in our closing credits. Marc Jordan won our latest in the Canadian Music Icon series. Marc, thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, James.
Thank you.